Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back with our Bkfc Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by Crystal, the rugged beauty Pittman. What's up?
Hi.
So this is a much more exciting AMA. Like the last time we did it, they had canceled your fight because someone was really fat and couldn't make weight. So
Yeah.
and I don't have to look at Jared. I just get to focus on you. So it's a win-win for me.
Right? It is. Jared's always trying to crash the party.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to start with business or the funny stuff first?
Uh, Whatever, whatever you want. I can't make decisions right now.
Can you tell us about like fight camp? I mean, like we were supposed to do it earlier, but your schedule is just so insane. Like, you fight next week. Like, what are you trying to jam in before like camp, and like what do you have to take care of?
So right now, being this close to the fight, it's making sure that I'm still training hard through Hell Week. It's still training hard, but also recovering and also making sure that I get all of my appointments done. My medical, California requires a lot of different things,
Yeah.
very different from any other state. So they want us to be like be on the dot, like to the T. So I have to get a lot of things done. So
Okay.
just make
So, sorry. Go ahead and finish.
Oh, it's okay. And just dropping my weight, just making sure my weight's moving along. Want to make sure I'm hydrated, coming up to water cuts and stuff like that. So,
Okay, we had talked to Big Ben Rothwell. He said he's fought all over the world, and California by far has the worst medical restrictions. When you guys were negotiating your contract, do you have like, I mean, is that kind of like covered like for fees? Because I heard it's astronomical, all the stuff they want you guys to go through.
yeah, it is yeah, it's a lot. California is and they've been like that forever. If you want to be a pro fighter there, if you want to take a fight in California, the medical is everything. MRI, EKG, everything. If you're I'm sorry, over a certain I mean, I think they
Age.
everywhere, but certain age,
Yeah.
then they require way, way more stuff. So, um, colonoscopy, no, just, just, but yeah, no, yeah, if you have insurance, it helps. If you pay out of pocket, they get you in sooner. So it's just a lot of stuff because it's not, medical, I mean, as far as like, even though Dr. Muzzy is sending us referrals for our exams and stuff,
Yeah.
it's not like, okay, you broke your ribs or your shoulder, so you have to go get it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
This is just for fight clearance. So being able to get that done right away in a really short matter of time is sometimes hard because a lot of them are like booked. So when you
Yeah.
have a ton of stuff to get done, it's like, what can I do to get in right now?
I see you took care of the most important thing. The hair looks fire. Like I think it looks great. I can't wait to see that in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, it's faded. I'll get it recolored, but yeah, I'm happy to have all my red hair back. Uh, you
Jared
know,
not so happy, right? But
he loves my red hair. He's like the one that pushed me to go back to fully red because he absolutely loves it.
yeah.
And it's just me. It's my personality. I'm super fiery.
Yeah. Okay, Claudia Zamora. A lot of us don't know her. I looked up some of her MMA stuff, but I mean, it's going to be her. She's initially coming into the bare knuckle. Like your experience is going to like carry you through the win, or you're just tougher overall. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that she's not tough. I think that, with her fights, she's gone to decision. It's not like she gives up or anything. I think that
Sure.
she's a very good opponent for me. I'm ready to put in the work, regardless of how tough she is. I'm very tough too. I'm going on 6 fights for Bkfc, so
Right.
that takes a lot of toughness, especially going into each fight, because it isn't for the weak. So, um, as far as power, I mean, I think that I know how powerful I am, so I think that's going to be a lot for her to handle, especially without gloves on for her. It's going to be her first time, so she's going to learn really, really, really quick what it what it feels like.
So a lot of people don't realize. I mean, they know you're with Shift now, but when you first came into BKFC, you were not with Shift. So like, what kind of changed, and like, I mean, clearly it's been a change for the better. You look like such a phenomenal fighter now, and like you've really been able to harness. Like you look like two completely different fighters.
Thank you. I know, that makes my heart really happy because where I came from, it makes a huge difference. I didn't my old gym, without having to get like too like serious about stuff, it was a very abusive and traumatic experience for me. I didn't
Sure,
have the backing. I didn't have the coach. That was the worst part. And a lot of the times when I went into my fight, I was wondering if I was even going to have my coach in my corner. So when I made this move, it was a huge move for me because I was so ready, and I just needed somebody, my coaches and Jared. But it's crazy the amount of change that you get out of somebody when it's a healthy atmosphere, when they want you to grow, when they push you to grow, when they're there for you, when they listen to you, when they're when they have a healthy mentality. Everything is it's crazy. I just soak everything up like a sponge, and that is what I've always wanted. I've wanted a team like this. So my whole career, my whole training, since I've started training, is I've always wanted this so bad. So the fact that there's such a huge difference in the fighter that I was and the fighter I am now, it's
absolutely.
just like it's just it's just amazing. It's so hard to explain because, and I just keep growing. They
Yeah,
push they push me and push me to grow and grow and grow, and there's no stopping. You know what I mean? So, and I'm so new too. So I started my career with Bkfc, so all of my experience is bare knuckle. So I am learning every single thing about bare knuckle. I don't have an MMA background, so I'm not having to break being an MMA fighter. You
sure.
know, I'm just completely focusing on what my career is, and I've started it with Bkfc from the ground up. So
How did you find Shift? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
I first met Jihad when I fought Audra.
Okay,
Audra things, and she is a CUNT. Let me tell you. I don't usually talk shit about my unless my um ex opponents have bashed me or talked shit or done
sure.
something horrible to me. But anyway, I met him there in Jackson. Me and Jared were on the same card, and that's the first time I met them. And he had a lot of good things to say in it. And when we all met, it was almost like it was almost like, man, you have a lot of potential.
Yeah,
Um, and then time went on, and me and Jared ended up, you know, getting together, and we just made a big decision and commitment for me to come out here and change my life around, change my training around. It's what I really needed. I wanted to sacrifice leaving California, sacrifice a lot of things to come out here because the benefits and the reward I could see were going to be so much greater and so much worth it. And so far, it's just like I feel like I owe my life to Shift. They're amazing. So,
why was it so important for you to fight on the Knucklemania card?
um, it was, it didn't even hit me how like big Knuckle Mania was going to be. I don't like think about that stuff. Jared's like, you know how big this card is. Like, there's gonna be
Yeah,
fight.
he's probably jealous as can be about you. Like,
He's a little jelly bear. um, no, he's excited. Maybe a little jealous, but he's excited for this. I don't know, but um, it was important to me because my family's out there, and mainly when I say family, my son is out there.
mm-hmm.
That was one of the big sacrifices I had to make. Um, excuse me, coming out here. So he gets to come, and that's why it's so important to me because he gets to see me kick some ass.
Has he been to any of your other fights or?
Yeah, he has.
Okay,
He came to my first one, and after my first one, I wouldn't let him come to any
okay.
more. My first one was actually very traumatic.
Yeah, Jade's a tough,
For my
tough.
son, not the way it
Oh,
ended.
okay,
Yeah, he's so tough. He's totally there, but it was the coaching aspect of it. Um, that was really traumatic for us because I was like I was getting like yelled at the you know from it was just a really embarrassing and traumatic experience for my son. And my son, he's just the sweetest little thing, wanting to come and support me, and then it's just I'm excited for him to see a new, a new me in the ring and a new outcome and a new everything. I'm trying. He's gonna be able to like get good positive feelings.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Which it should be. Is He should be like, wow, having the greatest experience of his life.
yeah,
You I'm excited for him. And this is I didn't want him to come to any other fights, but this one I was like, it's time he can come to a fight now.
okay. Well, I feel like asking all this stuff, I feel like it took a dark turn. So let's talk about some fun stuff. I want to see you smile. Like you have that awesome, the awesome laugh and the good smile.
I
Okay,
am.
I know. Oh, your cat was like, "What the fuck was that?" Okay, all right, so we saw you on the Tampa card, and they were interviewing you, and you looked phenomenal. But I had a question. Since they were only able to finish like half of your wardrobe, did they only charge you half as much for that outfit since they didn't have all the fabric for it? Because I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of skin, but you looked phenomenal in it.
On my last fight.
No, no, no. The Clearwater fight when they're interviewing you, like Jafar's fight that just happened, where they're interviewing. I was like, that is a lovely outfit, but holy cow, they didn't have all the fabric for it.
Oh, that is all the fabric it needed.
Okay, so we can play a game. Do you want to know who asked the question first, or do you want me to ask the question and then tell you which one of your coaches or teammates or friends asked me to ask you?
um. Okay, let's ask the question
And then
first.
and then you decide. Okay, so the first one is, who is Jihad's mini me? Is it you, 300, or Brandon Allen?
It's me. I'm his mini me.
What's that about?
Because I think this is one of the greatest things I could be so happy about. Well, grateful for is that mm, I call myself and we call me his me to me because our style is kind of the same. Everything he does, I've visually learned and like picked up because it flows so well with me.
Sure.
I've always wanted to come into my own style. When I first came here, I always watched them and the guys in the gym, and I was like, man, I just love their style. I wish I had my
Sure.
own style. And working with Hod and seeing him and him really pushing me to get comfortable and confident has really gotten me to get in my style, and it so happens to be his style, and I am just his little mini me.
I love watching you two hit pads, and you've been hitting pads like a monster. Like I do not envy this girl that's about to get in the ring with you.
Yeah, no, I don't have hair either.
And I got my In Hod We Trust, and he signed it for me. I was supposed to have a hoodie, but I haven't got that yet. But yeah, you guys at Shift are so nice. Hod's like, oh, let me send you some stuff because like he always tells me, if you want to interview any of my fighters, let me know. I'll make it happen. And there's some other managers that are like, if you want to interview my fighters, let me know. And I talk to them, and then they never get me. But Hod, I've never had a problem getting any of you guys. So. Okay, so that was Jihad who asked that question. All right, so the next question is, what is your favorite food after a fight?
My favorite food after a fight?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I don't know if he means weigh-ins or after a fight. After a fight, like I guess either,
Oh man. Oh god, because you should see my snack. I literally bring a whole duffel bag of snacks.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna say, I mean, there's so many different answers for that because after weigh-ins, I have to have pineapple.
Okay.
Um, that's like my favorite thing. I have to have pineapple. Um, let's see. I love my gummy worms. I have to have my gummy worms and rainbow ropes.
Okay.
And pizza. I love pizza.
Nice. Those are all really good things.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Brandon Allen asked that question.
Brandon asked that question.
Yeah. Okay, so this question is they want you to tell us about the sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, I was told ask her about the sacrifice.
There's so many sacrifices.
Maybe if I tell you who told me it'll help, that was Anwar. Anwar told me to ask you about the sacrifice. So I don't know what you're sacrificing, but
Um, it's probably going back to my son. You know, I'm moving out here. I love my son.
okay.
So that's actually horrible. Let's go. I love my son.
Yeah.
um, I didn't want to take my son's life away more than I already have. Like, it's been really hard for me. Since he was little, I've had him to the hip. You know,
Sure. Yeah.
he's like my best friend. Um, so coming out here, I didn't want to like ruin his school and all of his friends and
Of
keep taking
course.
him away from everything. We were constantly training. Like before I moved out here, he was coming with me everywhere. He didn't get to be a kid. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I sacrificed us being apart for a little bit. Me and him both. I had a big talk with Logie, and so really, that's what if he's talking about that sacrifice, that is the sacrifice that I have been making, to do better for my son and give him like everything he deserves. So.
Okay, so this is coming. Why can't your coaches take you anywhere because you don't know how to act?
Because I'm a boss ass bitch. That's why. Because I'm a boss ass bitch. I gotta dance everywhere we go. You should see Hot and them I mean I can't think of the word like reenact me, when we're out. They'll
Okay.
be like, every time I like try to be good and I'm like standing there and all of a sudden like this and then I'll stop, look around, then I'm off.
Just grooving.
Start like going up, look around a little bit. Both hands are good. So
That's
they
awesome.
think I'm ghetto as hell, but it's like a bougie,
Yeah,
I'm like a classy girl. I think we've talked about this last time.
we did.
It's so funny.
Okay, can you tell us about BABSZ Babs? I thought before it was just BABS, but did they add a Z or has it always been BABSZ?
It's always been BABSZN.
Okay,
Um, BABC. It's break a bitch season.
break a bitch season.
So
Okay,
every time you see that hashtag, that's BAB season.
yeah.
It means it's time to break a motherfucking bitch. And it is the season.
Like I said, and I always say this, like that's one thing I love about you guys. Like you guys always have like these cool little catchphrases or hashtags, and like you guys just make it so fun and so easy to root for you guys because you're so relatable. You're like just funny, and everything about you guys is great.
Yeah, I love it. Our energy, especially together as a team, is just like we're all so different.
Yeah,
We all look like we're just all different, and we just all get along so well. Our chemistry as a gym with our coaches, with our teammates, everything is just like it really is truly family. Like the definition of like a fucking awesome family because we just all have the greatest time.
it is crazy. You got the redneck and you and Jihad and 300 and like just all you guys are so different. But when you put you together, like it's just such a unique melting pot, and it's just like the family style is just so great.
Yeah, it's so great. I love it.
Okay, so this question is: why do you laugh during every interview?
uh, uh, that's such a good question, and I didn't even realize that until I did a podcast yesterday with Sports Grid,
Okay,
and I noticed that I laugh usually after I'm done answering any question. I'm like, I answer a question, and then even if it's a serious one, I'm like, you know, uh, it's either maybe just my personality or maybe it's like a nervous tick where it's like I don't like the awkward silence
sure.
afterwards. So if I laugh after, I don't know. It's so funny though that question was asked because I really do. It's a
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, and then this person wants to know, how do you feel about Jared being able to eat whatever he wants and you have to be on such a strict diet to make weight?
Oh, you did not go there. You did not go there now. Yeah, Jared, I told Jared, I'm like, I can't wait to get you back, sometimes. And then I'm like, never mind, because he doesn't have to ever diet. So I
Ever.
back.
Yeah. Okay, so those questions came from Redneck. He was curious about those questions.
Hmm.
Okay. So your next one is were you born the most dramatic person ever, or did you gradually become that way over time?
Jared is the most dramatic person I've ever met in my life. He's so dramatic.
So
He
that
is a question of projection because he is the most dramatic person I've ever met in my life.
how did you know that was from him? I'm surprised you were able to guess that. What is it like being with somebody who like loves you and supports you? Like it's got to be so like amazing. Like the way you two like interact and you guys always have each other's backs and you can tell there's so much like caring and stuff. Like it's just got to be like a complete 180 and like just going forward. Like I feel like you two are basically unstoppable. You guys are both like he's pursuing a title, like you're well on your way to the 135-pound title. Like it's amazing to see that you two teamed up and you do such great things together.
Yeah, it feels so good. We're so easy. I'm not saying that we don't have, ups and downs like everybody, but it's like at home, in the gym, everything, it's so easy. We're so easy with each other. It's so great to have that kind of love and support and to be who I am really, and not have to worry about anything um in a horrible, like, as if like if I was with a horrible person. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm so over like that stage in my life and moving forward with like a real man who is absolutely wonderful to me all the time. And you know, Vice versa. He is a spoiled little booty head. Even when I'm dying in fight camp, I'm still making him the best meals ever.
Yeah.
My mouth is drooling. I'm bringing him a plate of food. But it is really nice. When we're out, I feel so protected. I feel so much stronger that I have this strong man backing me. I
Yeah.
always make him so proud because I have such a strong man with me and such a loving man. So it makes me want to be a better person all the time, a better partner. The things I can change, the things that I could do better for him, even though I'm perfect. But anyway, but no, he's it is really nice to be with somebody, especially we understand each other, but yeah, it's so easy. We're so easy, and our personalities match so well because we're just constantly messing around and joking around. We're always joking around the house, so it's so much fun.
Cool. Okay, did you fight much growing up, like as a kid, like in high school or anything? Did you get many fights or no?
um it was more in elementary school.
Okay, so my question to you then is: do you remember the first time you were in a street fight, like an elementary, a school fight? Do you remember the first time you were in a fight? And you remember, like, you don't have to say the person's name, but do you remember anything about it?
Yeah, yeah, I was getting bullied by these girls. Uh and one day I was like really tired of it. I used to go to my mom. I used to run home crying because
Yeah.
these same girls would always bully me, but they were my friends. You know what I mean? They would always bully me, push me down. And one day I was just really tired of it. And I got in so much trouble at school. I went to her and I pulled the back of her bra and I snapped it really, really hard. And then I was like, just like jumped on her like a flying squirrel. And then I blacked out and I was suspended.
Okay, and then my last thing, can you tell us? I mean, you are official influencer athlete for OnlyFans. Like that's a huge opportunity. Can you briefly tell us about that?
Yeah, it's it's just yeah, they are taking care of me. I'm exclusively with OnlyFans as far as sponsorship on my gear go.
Okay.
It's really really fun. Me and Jared have fun doing it together too, and it's just we like to I don't know how brief I can be about it.
Brief and crystal don't go in the same sentence, right?
It really doesn't. And then because my ADD Anwar is so funny. I will say he knows me so well because he has to keep me here. I'll start trailing off. Yeah. But no, it's so much fun. I'm very active on there now. Every single day,
Yeah,
and posting all the time and constantly doing what I need to do so that I build a healthy relationship with OnlyFans. But it's great. It's they support. m- Fight camp is so expensive, and
sure.
sometimes fighters worry about um as far as like pay and stuff like that go. We want to make sure we're taken care of, and OnlyFans takes care of me. So it's great. I love it.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
if people wanted to follow you, I would suggest probably Instagram and OnlyFans would be the two best places for you, or like are you active on other social medias too?
Um. So I'm active on my Facebook, but not so much. But really, um, Instagram I'm active, but I don't get to everybody's messages all the time.
Sure.
Because it is very hard for me, especially it's just I'm the only one, I run all my stuff, so it's
Right.
hard to get to everybody. But when they subscribe to OnlyFans, if they want to subscribe to that platform, then that's where I can uh talk more one-on-one, with
Sure.
fans and stuff like that who really just kind of want, to say hi or whatever. People will go subscribe to do that. So
Sure.
that's a good way to just have communication if I can't get to them on Instagram. So it's just
Excellent.
different forms. But yeah, Instagram and OnlyFans is pretty much the only ones I'm like constantly able to get to.
Well, I have no other questions for you. Is there anything else you'd like to speak about before we end?
No.
No shout outs or nothing. You're good.
Yeah, I guess I can do shout outs. Obviously I gotta do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Obviously, I gotta shout out my team because, you know, it's BAB season. We're about to go break a bitch. It's a ship show everywhere we go. But yeah, I gotta shout out them. I gotta shout out my sponsors. Um, I'm so sorry that my brain is so fried right now that my sponsors, you guys know who you are, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me and my journey. Thank you to you also, Gator. I appreciate
That.
you honestly, keeping up with us all the time and always building a great relationship with us. That's really hard to find, so I
Sure.
appreciate you for that.
Well, thanks so
But yeah,
much.
everybody, shout out that I love you guys, and I go sleepy now. I go sleep.
All right. Well, yeah. Enjoy your nap. We can't wait to see you on Knuckle Mania. We're gonna be cheering for you. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.